Oh, hey everyone. It's still going to be loud as fuck, so there's nothing I can do. Oh, crap. So I have to watch my potty mouth. I'm a fully monetized channel now. It only took forever and a day. But here we are. So I'm going to do my best, you guys. The birds are chirping. It's loud. There's all kinds of like military jets and stuff. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. But, I hear that we are going to war to get out of having to talk about the Epstein stuff. So, okay. Hello, Libby, Jess, Skunk. Hello, L. Kennedy. I don't know if I said Jess, but hello, Princess Ice. Salty, hello. Queen Ashley, congratulations. And I hope you had a good nap. I need one. I just got home from the gym. I'm all pumped up on pre-workout creatine and Alani. No telling where we're going to end up today. Hello, Lickety. Nick, hello. I know everyone has been missing Nick, our leader, the one who writes the rule book. But it's all good because, in case you haven't noticed my title, I had a very important position bestowed upon me. I am now the Mean Girl Press Secretary, and I will wear that title like it's nobody's business. I will be the best at it. I will use all the big words, do all the damage control, and make all the sandwiches. Hello, Grubby, Spicy, White Rabbit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I didn't think I was ever going to get those 4,000 watch hours. And the sad thing is, I've had my channel for 5 years. I have way more than 4,000 watch hours, but you have to do it within 365 days. So every time a new month rolls in, the last month, like a year ago, drops off. So we did it. I had some people playing me on a loop. I did it myself from other accounts, and it happened. So since they've gone back and monetized all my content, I've made a whole 3 cents. Let's say bonkers. What up? Hey, Ash. I don't want to miss anyone. Regina, hello. Hey, archivist. Chica. Okay, I think we got to the bottom. We're good. I know, and I have a horrible mouth. Like, I would cuss every other word if I could find a way to fit it in. So I'm going to work on it. You might hear some funny, creative words. Just pretend like you know what they mean, and it's all good. So, what has everyone been doing? It's raining. Well, it's not raining right now, but it's gloomy and hot, and it's supposed to rain even more tonight. We've had earthquakes and stuff going on here that I didn't even know about, but it's happening. Tornadoes, hailstorms. It's a mess. It's been kind of quiet on the YouTube streets, with the exception of a few little things here and there. But it's okay. No worries, everyone. Ernie will be out soon. Do you guys think he's going to stay away from YouTube? I do not. I want Ernie to come talk to me. Ernie, when you get out, let me interview you. I'm going to message you, and I promise you it will be respectful, and no one will interrupt you, and we can just talk like normal human beings. You have my word. So we are now almost 3.5 months into the new year. Is everyone loving the fire horse year? Have you noticed any big significant changes in your lives? I, for one, am loving it so far. Like, it took a turn and it's all good. You guys can have potty mouths. I cannot. Try to be creative, though, with your potty mouths. Like, throw a symbol in place of a U or, something like that. I don't know how much the chat really affects it. I mean, come on. I have like 300 and something videos on my channel that just got monetized and I made a whole 3 cents. So it's really not that big a deal. But speaking of money, I never really mentioned my Cash App, but I do have it up. I always have it up. This time, any dollar that comes through is going to go to a very important cause. It is not my story to tell. Just know that it involves a grieving mother. And so if I make any money through Cash App, it's all going to go to that. And I will post receipts to prove it. For goodness sakes. I have no problem doing that. Thank you, L. Kennedy. I appreciate it. Oh, well. What else can we talk about? Oh, there's this chick, okay? This woman, lady. I'm not really sure, though, because when you look at her channel and you see, like, under her name, she added pronouns. And she added she, they, her, them. And so this morning I was like trying to look that up because part of me is questioning, is that not offensive to that entire community of people? Like, this chick, she's married to a dude. She has children. And so I just think it's kind of tacky AF to label yourself like that. Like, just call yourself a chick. Who are all these other people? It's got to be the voices in her head. It has to be. Hey, Beth. I don't know. Oh, MS, hello. So that like made me giggle. And then when you go down and you read in her description, it's like, just another girl in the world with so much to say who won't be silenced anymore or some crap like that. Come on. And then she goes on to tell people that she does not give permission for anyone to share or use her content. Oh, yes, ma'am, we will. We sure will. You know why? Because there's that whole copyright thing. Strike it. Just strike it. You don't even get. I look at your page, right? Like I do, because you run that mouth constantly. So go ahead and get your little rapid fire ragey post fingers ready, because I'm sure that by the time I end this, you're going to at least cranked out 7 or 8. Everyone wave hi to her. I'm not going to call her out by name. She knows who she is. And if she snaps back, that means she's admitting to all this stuff that I'm about to say. Crabs. I hope that this year does not turn out to be the year of STDs like 2025 was. I just don't know how much my heart can take. You people are gross. Yes, transformative content. We can do what we want, ma'am. As long as, we stay within the parameters. But if you're just out here all willy-nilly doing things like Heaven's Baby does, or some other clip channels where they just basically play the whole video, sped up a little bit, and call it a day. Hey, Kat. Hello, Split Pea. So this chick, like, not many people can get under my skin the way this one does. And I know that she's going to see that as a win, like she has some kind of power over me. No, you have nothing over me. I just think you're a scumbag. Hey, Izzy, she had the audacity. Like, she has just been furiously posting all this stuff from like 3-4 years ago, just, calling out all these people, mainly Nick. That's me doing my job as a press secretary, coming into Nick's defense. So she wants to drag up these like 1 minute, 2 minute little conversations. It's no surprise, dum dum. We've all already seen it. I mean, she even went into the Wayback Machine and started talking about a guy who's not even here anymore. And I know for a fact that when that situation happened, she was in chats talking about it and laughing about it and all kinds of stuff too. Don't you say you weren't. She put it all off on, I think, Izzy, I think she mentioned you in that video. And I was just shocked. Who talks about Izzy? Izzy doesn't bother anybody. But this chick's gonna fix her face to say something about it after the things that she has done. I'm not just picking on her just for poops and giggles. Sounds so stupid. But I'm not just picking on her for poops and giggles, right? There's a reason. There's a method to my madness. She's done all of these things, and she cannot just, like, I'll invite her up here right now. Homegirl, if you want to hop up on this panel right now and we can hash it out one-on-one, let's do it. It's an open invitation. But she will never just handle anything that way. She can't handle conflict. She's horrible at it. People want to act like she was treated so poorly by the mean girls and we just threw her out and it was all our fault. She did no wrong. No. She had to go because she can't handle conflict. She was confronted with a situation where she messed up. And rather than just talk it through and move on, she had a little tantrum and left the conversation. But she wasn't ballsy enough to just leave the whole group at that point. She left the conversation that could have been the segue into growing, learning something from it. And she just didn't want to have any part of it. Blamed it on everything other than just not wanting to deal with it. So she leaves the conversation, but she lingers in the chat. And you can see in the chat every time someone reads a comment. So there is no, oh, I didn't see that. Well, we know that you did. And then on top of that, she had messaged me personally 2 messages that I never opened. But then she went back and deleted them and like blocked me, I think. No, she didn't block me at that point. She just deleted the messages. And now that song's going to be stuck in my head. So she knew she was in the wrong. And I'm sure she's listening and she knows that I'm right. And if you think I'm wrong, now is your chance. Now is your chance to come up here and say, you know what? I messed up. You want to call me out on some stuff? Call me out on it. I'm a give and take kind of person. But we're not the same because I can admit when I'm wrong. Hey, BGE. Can someone drop BGE's link in the chat because she's going to be going live in a little bit to talk about the Nancy Guthrie case? And that, oh, I'm not even going to get started on that right now. because I'm going to go off on someone else about that. And drop Elle Kennedy's link because she's going to do a premiere for a video she's been working on for a few days now. So that means it's going to be really good. So I'm going to need someone to get on that, please. And thank you. Hey, Lion Mama. I didn't see you sneak in. So if she wants to pop up, I will drop the link. She's not going to come up. So we're still in the factual part of the situation, right? We haven't even gotten to my opinions yet. That's a whole nother ball game. So the factual stuff is that while she was in the chat, she had been running around mainly to Ernie and like trying to start stuff, right? Like she told this dude, she told this guy that I was going to grab my side piece and go abduct him and drop him off at a hospital, when what I said was, if he is stuck in Arkansas, I am not far away, and I'm not going to leave him stuck in an unknown area in the heat. I will go get him and take him wherever he needs to go, whether it be a hospital, a bus station, wherever. Because I was the closest one at that point that he knew. But she went and tried to convince him that I was up to no good and was going to do something malicious to him. And then she like made up a bunch of other stuff, twisted all kinds of stuff. And next thing you know, I wake up and he's live and just going off on all of us. And I remember that morning I got heated because I hopped up on his panel and I was like shaking mad because it was just such BS. And that got smoothed over. She didn't expect it to get smoothed over. She thought, that we were done for at that point. But that was the beginning of the end because he started telling all of us to F off as a whole and as individuals and just all kinds of stuff. So, point for her. You're right, Ebert. What are we going to do without the actual factual? Well, we will be HPV free. I know that. So fast forward a little bit. This wretched human being is no longer in the chat, but she doesn't stop because now she has to do her own damage control. She has to explain away all of the lies she told, all of the things that she twisted. So what does she do? She's like, okay, how about I just not only go all the way back through the Mean Girls chat and just start screenshotting and recording. I mean, she was in there for a little over a year. And she's going back and gathering all her evidence so she can just start calling people out. Do you not realize that we have your messages too? But she's like that kind of person that's super duper sneaky. And so she didn't participate in certain conversations. And she thinks that all that shows is, see, I didn't participate in those things. But it's funny when you see that maybe you didn't say anything, but every single one of the comments shows that it was seen by you. So it's not like you just weren't in the chat witnessing it. See, the right thing would have been if you were so opposed to it right then and it was such a big deal. If I was really going to go abduct someone, you would think that you would deal with it right then, not just hang on to it, right? So her purpose wasn't to like really do any good for anyone else. She just didn't want all the attention on her. which is odd because I remember her saying a couple of months ago that she is so busy in that real life of hers that she's only on YouTube maybe 15, 20 minutes a day. Girl, please. You are on here all day, every day, 7 days a week. You don't even take holidays off. So she's just doing all these things and she's just such the victim. Everyone has just been so mean to her and treated her so poorly since she left. So now she wants to spit out all these things from years ago as if it's going to make a difference. Do you really think that by now, after what, like 2 years of people just trying to act like Nick and the Mean Girls are the only ones that have ever done anything wretched in this community? That's so baffling to me. It makes zero sense. Because at some point, you guys were either involved in it yourselves or you were in the chats laughing about it. Don't act all appalled and shocked now. That ship has sailed. And if you pay attention, that is like at the point you're at in your life. That's what this year is all about, is leaving crap in the past and moving forward. But this one's so stuck, she doesn't know what to do with herself. But hey, who cares, right? She's just going to go on this panel or that panel where she thinks no one's going to listen, but someone's always listening. I never listened to Cher, but I knew that you were on her panel last night, acting like you are some upstanding citizen up there talking about a missing child. The only reason you know so much is because you went and hung out and buddy with the parents. And I don't know, like, somewhere along the lines, people think that that's how it's done. Do you ever hear of any cases where, like, the lead investigator is throwing some back with someone who could potentially be a suspect in a criminal case? You think that you're going to get more out of them that way? Like, if you befriend them, they would never know, right? That you're there fishing for information. Like, heck, they won't. Just because they're criminals doesn't mean that all of them are completely stupid. And when you stop and think about the kind of substances they were involved in, then you have to just assume that they're going to be paranoid about anyone who all of a sudden immerses themselves in their lives. But to hear you, and I've heard all those calls before, like I've heard numerous calls of you on the phone with Dawn and Candace and whoever else. And the way you just talk to them and you're just like laughing, and Candace is just telling you all these, like alcohol fueled, drug induced stories, and you're just yucking it up with her. Do you even take a shower after those conversations? Do you not feel dirty? I know that you said you've turned in all this stuff to TBI and you were the only one that knew the truth about what happened in that case. Well, okay. What's the holdup then, ma'am? Maybe you could get Candace on the phone and find out. It's disgusting, and it says a lot about you as a person that after all these years and that little girl still being missing, that you even consider being friendly with these people. But that's not even the worst of it. The worst of it is that you sit there and you act like you care about that child and you care about missing cases in general and all the creeps and pervs and horrible people that are walking amongst us. And you're just so concerned for all the little babies. Were you concerned when you made threats to put my children and other women's children on the dark web? And don't say you didn't do it. Don't say it was a joke. Did you care about children when you said that? Or did you care about all the kids in danger and all of that stuff? Did you care about Summer when you said maybe their kids' pictures have already been sent to some predators so that they could expel on their faces? That's my children you're talking about, you bitch. That's other people's children you're talking about. But you can't even own that, you hag. To you, it's just another day. Just a girl in the world with so much to say. But you try to put it all off on your buddy, right? Who has like a whole world of problems of his own now. But that was your best friend at the time, right? You guys were two peas in a pod doing all the things together. Try to blame it all on him. Oh, it was his idea. I don't even know anybody like that. I don't even know how to get on the dark web. Oh, Kaz and Chasing know that I wasn't talking about their kids' pictures. I was talking about theirs. As if that's any better. So basically, you deny one crime to admit to another. Oh, it's not your kids' pics I'm going to put on the dark web, Chasing. It's yours. You know what I have to say about that? You better hope like hell that I never find out that you followed through with that. I'll say that much. Because I will make your life so miserable that no amount of community posts talking about how great your life is going to fix it. Yes, I will split pea. I do not like him. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I allowed him to apologize to me for his part in it, but I told him at that time I was not ready to accept it. It was too fresh. But then, a couple of weeks after that, he was kind of right back to not taking it seriously, like not really openly grasping the gravity of what they had said. You're right, Dragon Spirit. She does. She had access to, and I'm only speaking for me, she had access to a few pictures of my children from the Mean Girls chat. Not one single time have I ever taken a picture of someone's child out of that chat and even saved it. I talk about how adorable or how cute, beautiful, handsome, whatever they are, and how proud their mother must be. And then I keep it moving. But apparently, this chick was just saving all kinds of pictures because she has no boundaries. She has no moral aptitude whatsoever. It's like she has, and this is me, kind of making excuses for her in a sense. And I'm really not. This is just my assessment from observing her behavior. I feel like this chick has led such a miserable life from probably toddlerhood to today, where she has felt like she had to arm and defend herself and fight her way through everything. But not one time does she stop to consider that maybe, just maybe, she's fighting herself, that she's her own worst enemy? Hey, Rip, and everyone else coming in. Like, I just feel like there's a reason that she always expects everything to go south. Like, who has that kind of outlook about everything in life? I don't. If I did, I can't even imagine how miserable my life would be. Because if you're constantly focused on the negative and expecting things to go wrong, then everything's going to go wrong. If she does like it that way, she has to have the constant chaos. And this is just all my opinion. I have never had like a one-on-one phone call with her, anything like that. I did message with her directly a little bit, but that was just mainly because she was wanting to rile me up to go after someone else and create drama there, because she's a little fire starter and not the good kind. And she was talking a lot of smack about like Mama Bear and all of that, and like trying to give me a rundown of the history and about Rosie and all of that. I don't know these people. I kind of do now. I, know of them from the TC community, but like, why are you trying to start issues with people I don't even know? Trust and believe that if I needed some issues, I could go out and create plenty of my own. Like, nobody knew what you were talking about when you go off on tangents about that. But I do remember that was when you were most vocal in the Mean Girls chat, is when you would write these stories or just bam, 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 one comment after another, trying to explain to all of us the issues you were having with these people and saying, oh my gosh, they're over there live talking about it now. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's what she does, Split Pea. Like, she just figures nobody will ever find out. Nobody's ever going to have a conversation and verify it. And she's already prepared. She's like, well, if they do, then I will just do this. So for someone who only spends 15 to 20 minutes a day on YouTube because she's so busy, she sure does have time to harvest a lot of pictures and screenshots and conversations. Like, she was screenshotting conversations where people were talking about people that they had fallen out with. Like, what's your point? These people aren't even friends. They don't even like each other anymore. Do you realize how dumb that is? And how much that says about you? You spend most of your life on YouTube or PlayStation. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, when I'm working, when I'm painting, or if I'm at the gym, or just whatever, day-to-day stuff, I have that luxury because I'm not stuck behind a desk where I have to hear other things going on, or I'm not in the service industry where I have to take orders or do this and that. I work at home, and that allows me to be able to listen to some things. And I'm not constantly listening to this community because that's exhausting. But there's other communities I enjoy. I enjoy the paranormal community. I enjoy like historical communities, craft communities, cooking. I mean, I have like an expansive mind. I don't just stick to one thing. Because if you stick to one thing, like constant chaos, you're never going to go anywhere. This chick has like a monetized channel, does she not? Last I heard, it was monetized. But she's got all these subs. Why not use that channel for something positive? I mean, you don't even have to be all positive. Like, you could still talk your crap, but try to incorporate some truth and some reality into it. Try to maybe explain situations you've been through so people don't turn into the same dickhead as you. How about it? How about use your channel to apologize for making threats against my children? You'll never do that. Or you'll say something like, oh, she's not monetized. She'll say something like, well, I'll apologize when Chasing apologizes to me for doing ABC. I've never done anything to you. I've never done one thing to you. I've never sent anyone to your house, even though you claim that every day someone's showing up at your house and we're all the ones sending them. At this point, I'm going to need you to prove that. Because you always want to show everything else. So why are you not showing proof that anyone has just been randomly showing up at your house? If some random stranger showed at my house and then the next day, another random stranger, 2 days later, another one. I mean, if it was happening just once a week is too much. Once is too much. But if that kept happening to me, you know what I would do? I would grab my phone. I would be all up in their face, telling them off, recording them. Why have you not done that? Why have you not made them uncomfortable? They are coming on your property. They're coming to your home, according to you, to harm your children. So why are you not all in their face? And don't give me some crap about, oh, well, legal reasons. No, that's not it. It's because it's not happening. And if it is happening, then it is up to you, Miss Thing, to get your shit together and stop behaving the way you do. Did you ever stop and think that maybe if you left people alone, they would leave you alone? But newsflash, nobody's doing anything to you. Is that where the they and them come in? Is it the stories that are in your head? Yes, no police reports. You know all that stuff can be FOIA'd, right? And one day, someone just might get ambitious enough to go searching for those. And if there aren't any, why not? Why not? That's your children. And let's be real. We're going to get somewhat real here. And this is strictly based on what she said in the Mean Girls chat. She is spinning this like she birthed those extra children. They are not fruits of her loin. She is a guardian of them because of some issue with the mom. Like, I don't even want to get into all that. It's not my business. The mom is not happy with the situation. And the reason she's not happy with the situation is because of you, because of your behavior. You get on here acting like a 14-year-old girl. And you want to say all this rancid crap about everyone. You better check yourself, ma'am. And if people are showing up at your house, then you have a responsibility to those two children that you took in on top of your own to keep them safe. They're not an accessory. They're not a prop so that you can come on YouTube and brag about what an amazing mother you are. How about you get off YouTube for a few hours a day and do something productive, one-on-one? How about instead of just relying on practices and games and performances and this and that and all the stuff that you say you do, why don't you ever just stay off the damn internet for one solid weekend and approach those kids that are so amazing because you think you just swooped in and raised them all the way up to this point? Approach them and you decide what they go do for the day. Don't do something with them because you have to. Do something with them because you genuinely care enough about them that you want to create those core memories for them. Because remember, you snatched them from a situation that was so horrible. So why would you not want to go above and beyond to make the situation with you better than anything they've ever had? Yes, every parent likes to brag on their children, right? My daughter was just in a pageant. I was bragging all about her. But when you just constantly do it on a platform where nobody knows you from Adam, it looks like it's just a new shade of lipstick, you know? It doesn't seem genuine. And for the love of peanut butter and jelly, who cares how much your tax return was? I know that you think it's a flex. It makes you feel good to come on here and say, I got 15K, blah, 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 going here, going there, new flooring, this, new cupboards, yay. If people are showing up at your house that you don't know, right? If people from YouTube are sending people to your house, why would you announce on YouTube that you got a tax return of $15,000, you dummy? You're asking for it. Any old Tom, Dick, or Harry could see that on YouTube and come actually try to harm you or your family because they think that there's either a debit card or some expensive items or 15K in cash laying around. So that is you, yourself, putting your family in harm's way. Because I gotta tell you, sweetie pie, all these posts about almost finding the homeschooling books and, oh, yay, I'm going to Vegas and I'm remodeling my kitchen, and it doesn't make you a better person. Because I can guarantee you that I have a lot of good things in my life too, but it's my life. And you don't get to have that part. And no one really cares if you didn't like the flooring that you looked at that day. It's been a minute. Why don't you update on a case or something? One of those cases that you went nosing around in. You used to be a true crime channel. But all the people in the true crime community kind of ostracized you and pushed you out. Why is that? Would you like to explain that to the class? It couldn't be that you are an even worse version of the person you were back then, could it? Exactly, Queen Ashley. Like the fact, like most of us are getting tax returns, right? That's no secret. Even if it's just $20, I would probably say that the majority of us are getting a little something back. Now, I know there's also a lot of people who are having to pay in. Like, I know people on both ends of the spectrum. But if you're having to attach an actual dollar amount to it, which don't get me wrong, I don't think it's nearly that much. And if it is, then she needs to be audited. Because I know like what all the earned income and child tax stuff, like I know what that is. Any parent with children that they still claim as dependents know how much that is. So even with all of that, something still seems off. But if that is the case, if her stupid return is that much, you're welcome. You are welcome, because you know who pays that? It's the people who have to pay in to the IRS. But nobody cares about all that stuff, right? All that material crap doesn't make you a good person. In my honest opinion, and this is just my opinion, and I'm sorry if it pisses you off. Not really, but I think that you would be doing an absolute disservice to that child if you homeschool her full time. Because we, as a community, have seen your routine. We have seen you up on panels at night, completely obliterated. We have seen what's important to you. Instead of documenting and scrapbooking memories about your family, you're documenting and scrapbooking things about a YouTube community, about other people's families. And I just don't agree with that. I have nothing but admiration for people who do homeschool their children. I don't think that just because we're grown adults that we're all automatically equipped to do it. I think that I could be pretty good at it in a bind, but I would never. It would have to take a lot for me to yank my child out of her magnet school and homeschool her, because she needs to interact with other children. She needs to be involved in activities. She needs to be able to do things like be in her school pageant and be a cheerleader and play flag football and do band and do all of those things. Yeah, the public school system is a hellhole, but you have to weigh the pros and the cons. If the public schools are not good in your area, then see what alternatives are available. Mine's not in a regular public school. There are options out there, but most of those options have some pretty high standards that you have to meet. Like, she would have to spend way more time working on actual educational things than just telling her kid to be quiet. It's her time on the computer. Well, I don't know, Mama, too. I've never looked into homeschooling, but I mean, this is her we're talking about. This isn't your average homeschool house. Do we honestly think that's going to happen? There's no routine or structure. And this is just based on my observation. Don't go around whining to people saying that I'm saying all this stuff about you. Yeah, I'm saying it about you, but it's because it's what I see. You had a group of women who would have helped you navigate through some of your issues had you just been honest and not just been a snake. And you're not loyal to anyone. You can sit up there and you can giggle and laugh and everything's rosy with all these people, but they see you too, girl. And if any of those people have trusted you with anything serious, God help them. I mean, we saw what you did to Mo. And I don't even get along with that girl anymore. But as soon as y'all fell out, you started going after her too. Like, that's what little kids do. You'll be best friends one day and then you have a fight and you're not friends anymore. And then all of a sudden you just start telling all their business. What do you get out of that? Because you're sitting here like wanting to point out that Nick once upon a time said she gets off on going after people or whatever. Well, do you get off on it too? I'm just curious. There has to be an end result that gets you all giddy, or you wouldn't do it. Whoa, Napkin, what's happening in the chat? right, Bamboo to her, she will bust out the Jeffy doll. Like, let's think about that. I know that video, someone has that video. I'm pretty sure I know who has it, but I think it's unlisted. I'm going to get that video because she wants to sit here and talk about all these evil people are doing all these things to her. I don't care if that show was on YouTube, Nickelodeon, HBO. I don't give a damn. You were simulating something very disgusting with your child on a doll, and that's just not normal. That is not normal. You're the parent, not the buddy. Okay? These kids are not your accessories. They're not your reason to brag to a bunch of people trying to make you look good. Stop worrying about everyone else's families. Stop accusing people of doing things to you. It's to the point now where if you're going to make the accusations, you need to back it up. Because if you're saying that a certain person in this community is doing this stuff to you, well, then that means they could do it to anybody. Why would you not just use that as a chance to do the right thing and let people know, hey, this person is doing this and here is how I'm going to prove it? But you won't. Just like you made the threats against my children, I can prove that you did that. I can prove that whole conversation. But you don't seem to be able to prove anything that you accuse. You just throw this outrageous crap out and just hope that, everyone latches on. People don't even pay attention to you because they know she's just talking out of her butt again. She's just running her mouth. You're not telling anyone anything new. All the people that you're trying to get everyone to hate are already hated. So what's your end game? You still have a few minutes to get your little self up here if you'd like to talk about it. See, and that's the thing, Bamboo. She has talked a lot of crap about her, too. Thank you, Izzy, for becoming a member. It's just like she was in Brooks's chat this morning and I think yesterday. Like, she's been in there a lot recently. And just the horrible things that I have heard her say about Brooks. It's just crazy to me. So she'll go out and, she'll do all this crap against other people and then she'll go hang out and talk to them. Well, then come talk to me. I mean, it's you. This is about you. It's not about me. I haven't done anything to you. So I don't know why you can't just have a conversation. What do you think I'm going to do? Then you go over there and you get all buddy with Mark. That's how you move. You jump from group to group to group. And then you can turn around and talk about people being flip-floppers. Do you know that I have stayed in the same spot for 5 years? I've made new friends and friends have come and gone. But do you know that I don't go anywhere, if that makes sense? I just get to know people along the way. There's not one person that can say that I started something with them and turned my back on them. It's never happened. But a lot of people have turned their back on me because of who I choose to be friends with. And that's okay. You don't have to like my friends. She absolutely did split pee. She got a lot of money. And I think that, Mark isn't one of my favorite people right now. I don't know what's going on with him. He says he hasn't changed. I told him he has. I don't know. But I think that what she did to him was gross. And she will say, oh, well, he did that because he wanted me to send him all the information from the Mean Girls chat. Okay, the fact that you even have all of that information to send is just weird. The fact that you even had it readily available is gross. So you're telling me that you are going to take payment in exchange for a recording of a chat that you were in for over a year that had pictures of people's children and families in it. You were going to sell pictures of people's children. You jackass. No, Amy, he doesn't. That's one of his biggest problems. And I feel like he is so. And this is not an insult if he hears this, all right? It's not an insult. But I think that he just doesn't take the time. Everything's a joke. And at some point, things have to be somewhat serious. Like, you have to act like a normal human being. And I've just seen a decline with that one. I've heard and seen some things, and he's just not my favorite person. And it's unfortunate because when he and I did that trivia game together, it was a good time. We had a lot of fun. I was looking forward to doing another one. But that's not going to happen now for various reasons. No one matters to him. And there's so many people like that on this platform. There really is. Which is sad. But, what are you going to do? Do I ever think that everyone in this community is going to be kumbaya and get along and like have meet and greets and stuff like that? No, absolutely not. So much stuff has passed. There's no coming back from it. But now we're at a point. Ernie's gone. Katie's under a rock somewhere. Like, all the drama and excitement that was here a month ago is gone now. Everyone has the chance to let this be their clean slate. This is the part that I talked about during my last live about growth. This is the moment that you can do that. And me too. I mean, I'm talking about myself too. Don't think that I'm just all preachy and telling everyone else what to do. Like, I definitely put a lot of thought into this and know that there are things that I need to change too. But nobody else can turn it around for me. I have to do that for myself. But I will remind you, Cupcake, that I am in no way, shape, or form jealous of anything about you. I pity you because what hurt you so bad to make you be such a garbage human being? And it's not just about what you did to me or the threats you made to other kids. It's about the last 5 years and how you move and how you conduct yourself and how you had just a complete unwillingness and disdain to ever own up to anything, ever admit when you're wrong. If you need help, then get whatever help you need. I think a lot of people would rather you do that than keep acting the way you have been. And quit with your stupid ass clip videos. They're dumb. It's ridiculous when we watched it 3 years ago. It's still ridiculous now. There's no point. She's not even messing with you. She's not even talking about you. Nobody sits behind the scenes and talks about you. You are not even a blip on our radar. You're old news. Except I do still get notifications because I don't unsub from people, okay? I don't. Like, even if I fall out with them, I don't usually unsub. I don't even unsub from people I've never listened to before. Like, I'll be in a chat and mods are like, hey, sub up to this person. And so I'll click the link and I'll go sub up. And then, like, a year later, I'll get a notification. I'm like, who is this? And why am I subbed to them? And it's usually all a bunch of crazy people. Be safe, Nick. Free side. People were talking about my friend Freeside the other night. That's not cool. Like, Freeside's a good dude, man. We have a new security guard. If you're in the Discord, you know all about it. So we have a new security guard. We have a new press secretary. We are big time now. That's really all I got about her. Like, did I miss anything? I think I covered all the things. Grow up, lady. Grow up. Quit spending all your time making stupid clip videos of a teensy weensy fraction of a conversation. Yes, she has herpes too. Quit putting out all these videos with just a little snippet because it's dumb. It's dumb. And congratulations on your big whopping tax return. Spend it wisely. But I think that's tacky as hell that you made that post or whatever it was. I don't know if it was a post or what. You were complaining somewhere that Toys for Tots or whatever didn't help you. And then at the same time, you talk about like you're taking all these trips and doing all these things, but then you want Toys for Tots to come in and help you. Is that because you treat those two children like a paycheck? Is that why it is? Yes, save it, El Kennedy. Like, do that. You could take, like, I know at my credit union, you can go and open like a CD account that just sits there. You can't touch it. It just draws interest. There's one that starts at $2,500, and then you just go up like 5, 10, 15. You can put as much as you want in there, and it just draws interest. Do something like that. If you're thinking that you are going to be mothering these children like for the unforeseeable future, and you want to provide all these things because high school's coming, then college, then all of these things, like as the parent, you're going to be responsible for that. So it is your job to want them to have the best. Like, don't force them into a shotgun wedding at the courthouse. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but what if they want something more? You have to be available to provide that. So you need to be planning. That's just irresponsibility. If you're not doing something like that, if you have the ability, even if you only get like a chunk of money once a year, then you take advantage of that and you do something to plan ahead so that in 5 years, things will be a little bit better. But when you're having people do things like pay for your glasses and send you money for this and that, no. You don't get to do all that and complain about a charity that is meant for actual people in need. And then come on and brag about taking trips and big old tax refund and remodeling the kitchen. That's what I'm thinking too, Nick. Sadly. Like, I've wondered, was she going into this thinking that she was just never going to, like, I don't even know. Is there an opportunity for these children to go back with their mother? I don't know all of it. I know something happened. But typically in situations like that, they put a plan in place for the parent to work on or fix whatever it is that got the children removed to begin with. I mean, I think that it's that way pretty much across the board. So she makes it sound like this is a concrete adoption, but from my understanding, that's not what it is. And this is her chance. She can come correct me. If I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. But based on what she said, that's my understanding of it. So she has guardianship, which means it's not exactly set in stone. I don't know. The whole thing is weird. It's really weird. And she knows, I'm guessing, that yes, for reunification, they need to be involved. And we all know that. And I think she's scared to death of that. I bet every time she hears like tires on gravel or something, she's peeping out the window thinking someone's coming to her house. See, Amy, the thing is I don't think that there is the financial resources available, is what I'm kind of guessing at. I think that might be the case. That maybe she would have to get an attorney, and I don't know. But it's just, whew. Yes, Bamboo, she is. And I've always said from the jump, you want to come at me, come at me, but you don't come at my kids. Yep. I will run I will donate every dime I get through Cash App, aside from this one day. Everything after that, I'll donate all of it for her to get an attorney. That's got to be torture, being away from her kids like that. And if she has been working hard to like resolve whatever issues were there to begin with, then I can only imagine, and then when you see and when you're hearing that the place that your babies are in, that there's these things going on, I mean, just with the threat she made against our kids alone would be a good jumping off point as far as a case goes for that mother. Cash App, please. See, that's weird too. Like, on the one hand, you're calling these girls your daughters, okay? You're literally calling them and referring to them as your daughters. And one of them is dating your son? What in the actual... I can't think of a good word for that. That's crazy to me. That is so crazy to me. I mean, fine. If you, as the mother, want to allow them to date each other, that's fine. But don't come online calling them your daughters. Otherwise, you're no better than all those people that you're up here talking about. Do you not see anything wrong with that? Is your like grasp on reality that askew that you can't even see that? She makes them call her mom? What link do you need, please? My Cash App is scrolling across the bottom if that's what you're looking for. But here, I'll put it in the chat. Spec. I've always felt like she was involved in that phone call, and I don't want to, like, I know they've had a lot of contention with her lately regarding the back and forth and this and that. And she's been doing the same thing to them that she does to everyone else. I know what call you're talking about, though, and I have always felt like she was behind it. I think that's why when everything between her and the Mean Girls fell apart, she was really trying to push that it was Nick that did it. She was trying to plant that seed because she just figured, well, hey, everyone already hates her. They're going to believe me. But no, you're a liar. Nobody's going to believe you. I don't know. I just felt like she has been trying so hard to get someone to say something to her. With the exception of asking her to come on panel, I'm just stating my opinions. But yeah, I think you're a scumbag. That's my opinion. I think you're a joke. I think that there is no hope for you unless you get off your rear end and do something about it. You're not perfect. You're not the perfect mother. You're not the perfect wife. You don't have the perfect body. You don't have the perfect life. You have problems just like the rest of us. Yours are a bit more extreme than a lot of us. People would rather you be an honest and trustworthy person and make mistakes than to see you sit here and pretend to be all high and mighty and like you do no wrong. A lot of these people in this community have known you. And just because you get a few people laughing at your dumb jokes and blah, 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 and acting like they're listening to you when you're in these chats, trust and believe that they're just going with the flow because that's what happens. She totally made that call. And that's what she does. She reacts before she ever even knows if anyone has done any. And I'm not saying that things like that, is a tit for tat kind of thing. I might not get along with them, but I don't think that call needed to be made. I don't know. I don't know anything about their life, their household. I'm not going to pretend to know. It was dirty. And the fact that she is constantly going after them now is very telling. Yes, that's how she does. She does it with everyone. I watched her do it with Cher last night. I've been watching her do it with Brooks. She did it with all of us. And nobody cares. Speaking of Dragon Spirit, a while back she posted those keychains of hers. Okay. So you have shown that you have all these keychains. Either they were left in a bag that you bought at a yard sale or a flea market, or you actually went through that process and earned all of those. Well, it doesn't end when you get to the last colored keychain, right? That's like a lifelong thing. You have to keep working that program, or you're going to do things like get on a panel multiple nights in a row wasted. Oh no, it's not the kind of person I want to be. It's not the kind of person I'm going to be. So we are not the same. You're garbage and I am not. Stop doing what you're doing. And if you're going to keep accusing people of coming to your house and trying to do stuff to your children or take your children or whatever the heck you're trying to say everyone's doing, then you probably better expect that people might come back at you. But actually, people are so tired of it. Everyone's just ignoring you. So quit jumping up and down in the corner like a flailing little child trying to get someone to notice you. We notice you. We know you're there lurking around all the time. All the time. I'm going to scroll through comments and then I'm probably going to have to wrap it up because it looks like it's about to start raining again. Fleece and Skunk have an eye exam. Fleece, when you get your new glasses, you can graduate and get you one of those little, what are those things called? My brain's blank. Mall cop. What are those little things that you ride around on? She does belong with them, but I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. I don't know. She has been kicked out of the trifecta because, he's just been doing his own thing now with all. Yes, but that segue. When you get your new glasses, please, we'll get you a bedazzled Segway. A mobility scooter? No, not one of those. He needs something like with a motor, but not like a little cart. He'd be mowing us all down. But his channel has just gone to crap. Like all these new people that have been over there, I don't go over there and listen. Ugh. Da, da, da. I feel like I need elevator music for you guys to listen to while I'm scrolling through comments. I can't multitask. Okay, I can only go up so far, so unless anyone has anything earth-shattering that they want me to mention, probably gonna wrap it up. I'm so tired. There was this chick at the gym, right? Ugh, ponytail. She had like all these very bad extensions pulled up into like one of those, a high pony. And she wasn't even there to work out. I go to a small gym, right? It's like privately owned, and I'm just there trying to do my thing because I'm a busy person. I have stuff to do. Let's just get it done. Well, she's going from, somehow she just happened to be on the same workout plan I am. And almost every machine, she hopped on it right before me. But it wasn't that she just hopped on and got straight to work, right? No, that wasn't the case. This chick had to sit there and talk on the phone. And then she had to find something she wanted to listen to. And then she had to take a couple of pictures. And then she had to check her high pony. And then she had to check her lipstick. And do you know that this bitch did not even wipe off the machines when she got done? I really had to go ask her to do it. Well, I had to point out where the spray bottle was. Ew. What in God's name makes anyone think that anyone wants to come behind them and sit in their crotch sweat? Although I don't think she even broke a sweat because, let's be honest, that phone's not that heavy and that's the only thing she was lifting. I didn't like it. She irritated me. It made my workout longer because I had to take the time to do some extra cleaning before I could even use the machine. Yes, Bamboo. I completely spaced that. The picture. Why would you post that picture? I can guarantee you that when she looked in her camera roll and she saw that picture and thought, oh, hey, it's a good idea to post this, she was focused on the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s posted on the wall and just completely forgot about the pill bottles on the microwave and the child's toy hanging out of her husband's pants. Yes, please, I did. I'm like across the gym, getting a head start, spraying with the squirt bottle. Man, before I even sit down on a machine, whether I know if anyone's just used it or not, I'm wiping that thing down. I even take my own stuff with me. It's excessive, I know, but I have like germs and things like that give me the ick. And there's like a whole thing. This is gross. If you get curious, go look up vaping. Just go look it up one day. When you have nothing better to do, just say, hey, Google, what is vapping? And then get back to me. Because it's a whole thing that I never even knew about. But I'm so glad I don't go to some place like Planet Fitness, though, because, yeah, they have better equipment, but they also have all the weirdos. I didn't notice the mini fridge in her bedroom. That's crazy. But, she's always sitting in the middle of her saggy mattress with her laptop on the bed. So it makes sense that she would have a mini fridge in there. I could not confine myself to one room all day. I'd lose my mind. I don't even like sitting down. Like, even right now, this whole time I've been live, I'm walking laps on my patio. I haven't sat down this whole time. I am all about getting steps in whenever I can. She probably does keep her crab legs in there. Little cups of butter. Tell me that chick doesn't have like a toaster oven or a microwave in there too. A little hot plate like she's in prison. Hey, chaotic. El Kennedy. Yes. I don't know. I guess that's it. I'm done. I'm done. I hope everyone's year starts to pick up. Pay attention to the signs and the symbols, people. It's okay to make changes. I did something new that I've never done. I encourage everyone to make a bucket list. We're not getting any younger, people. So if there's something in life you want to do, like, just go do the damn thing. You don't gotta waste away on YouTube just being an asshat to everybody. And I will repeat my public service announcement, cover the boosh. If you're wearing something, driving around in your car while you're live, and you are even remotely clumsy, if there's even the slightest possibility, and let's be honest, that pretty much covers all of us. If there is even a chance of you fumbling your phone, keep the cha-cha covered. Make sure you're wearing something that isn't going to go peekaboo. Because, man, like, I was embarrassed for you. And we don't even really get along most of the time. But I was embarrassed and a little bit traumatized. And I know you said it was a bathing suit or whatever, but that's what they all say. It's always something when someone gets caught in an embarrassing moment. And maybe it was, I don't know, but we've seen the doily dress. And this is not me being mean to you. This is me saying, damn, that was unfortunate, because now everyone is talking about your bush. Hell, I even made a post about it. Not about you directly. It was just a creator tip. Let's cover those lady bits. All right, I'm out of here with 2 needs. The first one is to help with a situation with a child. That mother needs help with some arrangements. So if you want to send a cash app to me today, that will go directly to that cause. I will post receipts at the end of the day. I'll give you guys a few hours. The other thing is, yeah, if that mom wants to get an attorney, I will donate every dime I make through Cash App for as long as it takes until she can hire an attorney. And I'm not loaded, people, so this is like a big thing. But I feel like my needs are met. This is a big deal to this mother, and if I can help her get a lawyer, Yeah, it goes directly to an attorney. I will pay it directly to an attorney. All I need is a name and a way, a preferred method of payment, and I will handle it. So if it takes 6 months, then that's 6 months of Cash App money going directly to that. And I will post periodic receipts. Okay, Nick, good. So that's that. If you guys want to talk about me for doing that, if you want to say, oh, chasing scamming, no, I don't care. I'm going to help this mom regardless of what you or your 4 friends have to say. All right, everyone. Be safe. And I will talk to, we're going to have a press conference soon. Don't know when. It's sometime soon. All right. I will see all of you soon. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Izzy, for becoming a new member. Thank you, L. Kennedy, for your super chat. I think, I didn't miss anyone. All right. Bye, heathens.